Hi, welcome back to another edition of Lulu's Place, and today we're going to do something really quick. I call this poker pretzels, and I'm not going to take credit for coming up with this recipe. I actually was at a craft fair and was walking around many years ago, and this lady was selling some crafts, and then she had pretzels out that she was giving to people walking by as samples, and then she was also selling them. And this was like one of the best, easy, quick recipes that I really would love to share with you today because it's very fast. And it's kind of funny because she did share the recipe, which I lost a while back, so I kind of improvised a little bit, but still the same ingredients. With pretzels, as I'm looking at different recipes, I know there's a lot of variations you can use to flavor your pretzels in all types of different spices and ingredients. So this one is, I nicknamed it poker pretzels because when I have poker games, this is something that instead of popcorn and just plain pretzels, this is something that everybody seems to really enjoy. So it's kind of funny because you're actually going to mix everything in a nice clean trash bag. So make sure that you're not using like scented bags or anything like that, but a clean trash bag. And that was actually a part of her recipe, was to throw everything in a bag and shake it up. Okay, and this is something that you'll have to place in the refrigerator overnight so that all of the ingredients can stick to the pretzels. But do it the night before, throw the bag in the refrigerator. In the morning, you can toss them into a Ziploc bag, take them to the office, take them put as a snack if you need a quick snack. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's my nice clean trash bag because a Ziploc bag is not going to be big enough to shake all of the ingredients. And then today I'm using Snyder's pretzels, and I'm going to do 2 bags. It's better not to use the sticks. I think that using the little mini pretzels are really good. I've done the sticks before, and these just seem to coat better for some reason. Maybe it's just because they're the size, but I prefer using these. So what you're going to do is you're going to use 2 bags of these pretzels. You're going to use about a teaspoon of the dill weed and about a tablespoon and a half of garlic powder. And then you can use different popping oil. Sometimes it's hard to go ahead and find, I usually use Orville Redenbacher. Wasn't able to find it this time, so I picked up this brand, which should be fine. And then you want to use a Hidden Valley ranch dip mix. Okay, so you're going to get your trash bag. And again, if you like a little more seasoning, feel free to add more seasoning. I'm going to use this amount. And usually when I shake it up, I kind of take a little look at it to see how well it's coated. I may just taste a pretzel to see how well it's seasoned. I can add a little bit more seasoning, so you can determine if you want something a little bit more garlicky or use a little more dill. Absolutely can do that. Okay, so you're going to take your bag of pretzels and you're going to pour them into your trash bag. So 2 bags, and the size of these are 19.2 ounces. So 2 large bags of pretzels. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic powder and sprinkle it on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the dill. And then I'm going to add an entire package of the ranch dip mix, and this is a 16 ounce package. I'm going to sprinkle that in there. And then I'm going to pour, yes I am, the entire bottle of popping oil. Or this is not just popping oil, it's actually also a topping for popcorn. And that's just going to get squeezed in there. Now, this can get a little messy, so what I'm probably going to do is, after I shake this up a little bit, I'm going to double the trash bag. now that all your ingredients is in here, you can go ahead and take your bag. And again, I'm going to double this. So I have an extra garbage bag here that I'm going to put on the bottom. But you're going to go ahead and shake it. Like that. Now, I went ahead and usually do a quick taste of the pretzels to see, because again, it's really up to your taste buds. Some people like it a little more saltier than others. I went ahead and I started out with 1.5 teaspoons of dill, but then as I was shaking that and took a little taste of it, this is what it looks like, I decided to go ahead and add an additional tablespoon because the dill, well, I could taste it. I thought the guess that I'm having like a lot of spices, and normally I'm a little more subtle with my spices, so I added another tablespoon of dill. And so, like I said again, if you like salty, you might want to add a little bit more garlic powder, or you can also mix garlic powder with garlic salt to give it a little more salty taste. You've already got the butter topping in there, and again the ranch dressing. Some people like more of a ranch taste, so you can also add like maybe another half package of the ranch. So again, it's something that you can experiment with, but those basic ingredients that I provided to you, the butter topping, the garlic powder or a mixture of garlic powder and garlic salt, the dill, and the ranch dressing, you can go ahead and increase it or decrease it depending on your taste buds. So if you're making this for the first time, I would go very basic, mix it up a little bit, taste it. Now remember, when you refrigerate it, it's going to really coat these really well, so don't overdo it, but just make sure that the taste is to your liking. Okay, so again, mixing this up is really good because a lot of the ingredients kind of get stuck in the bag. This is also really nice if you want to give this to coworkers in like little treat bags and make it really pretty and hand these out. I've had a lot of compliments on this recipe with the pretzels. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the second bag, so I don't want it to leak. And for this one, this is something that you want to definitely keep in the fridge overnight so it does coat well. This is something that an hour probably is not sufficient. I'm just going to go ahead and tie the bag. And I'm not going to tie it too tight. I want to make sure that I can easily untie, because you don't want to rip the bag open. It's going to be pretty messy. And then put it in the bigger bag. Get all this air out so I don't take up too much room in the refrigerator. And tie it. And the pretzels will go ahead and again go into the refrigerator overnight. I'll shake it up again in the morning just to loosen it up. And then we'll have our poker pretzels. So drop us a comment, let us know how you like them. Again, if you have a variation of it or you're familiar with this recipe and have some other suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. Again, thank you for stopping in at Lulu's Place. Okay, so yesterday we went ahead and made some poker pretzels, and today we're going to go ahead and I've just taken this out of the refrigerator. This has been marinating in the butter topping and the dill and the garlic powder and salt and the ranch dip seasoning. And I wanted to give you an opportunity to go ahead and take a look at its finished product. And again, I went ahead and made sure I tied these pretty loosely so it's easy to open up. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some scissors really quick so this will be a little bit easier for us. So I'm going to pour this out. I'm going to use some scissors, kitchen scissors. I'm going to cut this bag so it'll be easier. Now, this is going to be really messy because there's a lot of that butter topping. So just caution you that when you're doing this, it's going to be a little bit messy. So I can already feel all of the seasoning on my hand. Okay. And there's the pretzels. Now, They're cold, so you can see everything's nicely coated on there. You can see all of the different seasoning that we shook in there on the bag. And so, if after you have a taste of these that you feel like you might, they might be too salty, at least the next time, this is kind of a practice. Some people like it really salty, some people don't. So just kind of play with this recipe a little bit. I did the first time. When I used a recipe from the craft fair, I thought it was a little bit too spicy after I did it, so I went ahead and laid off on adding some of the different seasonings. Okay, so this is great. You can actually use these as, I've given these out as little Christmas treat bags. Everybody loves these pretzels. People ask for them. I made these specifically for Thanksgiving for my mom because she requested them. So hopefully she's going to enjoy this later on today. But if you have any questions about these pretzels, or you have any ideas on how to make different types of pretzels, love to hear from you. So please drop us a comment. So enjoy your pretzels, and we'll see you next time.